Good evening. Welcome to the Yukon City Council meeting for January the 17th, 2017. If you would rise at this time for the invocation by Debbie Powell Maxwell from First Christian Church and remain standing for the flag salute, please.
From Psalm 127, we hear these words, "Unless the Lord guards the city, the guard keeps watch in vain." Let us pray. Creator God, yesterday we celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We know, O God, that Martin walked in his own imperfect way to follow one who walked a perfect way. You led Martin on his journey, and we pray now that you lead us on ours. With stilled thoughts and contrite hearts, we come seeking your guidance and strength this day. You know the many needs of this city, and you know our blessings as well. We ask now for a sharing of your grace, so that we can move confidently in this meeting and boldly employ our gifts to address the challenges of our times. May our gathering today be marked by patience, careful listening, and a deep and abiding respect and affection for all of the people we serve. May we stand for each other. May we stand for Yukon. May we stand with you. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Alberts.
Here.
McCarran.
Here.
Russell. Here. Smystrela.
Here.
Yonda.
First item is we're here for some presentations this evening. There are no proclamations, correct?
That's correct.
So we have a presentation. There is an annual mayor's essay contest. It's held annually around Christmas time. And in 2016, there were 108 participants. Lakeview, Myers, Shedeck, Ranchwood, and Independence Middle School. People from, is it Ms. Rather, Ms. Rush, and Ms. Huffman's class. So fifth graders, first graders, and first graders. And I think we have three maybe people here this evening, two, that are here. And if they would meet me down front, I would like to honor them and say thank you. All right. Can you hear me? Okay. So you guys are here. You wrote in the essay contest. And what's your name, young man? Leif. And where do you go to school? Ranchwood. And what grade are you in? First grade. And Leif, it looks like, what did you do? You were second place in your division, or overall in first grade. You were the first grade winner. Congratulations, sir. I appreciate it very much. Here on behalf of Yukon, this is a little pin. So it says Yukon's best. So you're definitely one of Yukon's best by doing such a great job in the essay contest. Can I give you this? Congratulations. All right, sir, what's your name?
Jackson Barnes,
Mr. Barnes, what grade are you in?
first grade.
First grade. And let's see. Mr. Barnes, you were the first grade winner and third place overall. So you beat a bunch of fifth graders, guys. You did a really good job to get into second. So what a wonderful job. So I appreciate it very much. And I would like to give you, this is a Yukon's best pin. You're certainly one of Yukon's best. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. Encourage people next year to write. You're going to do it again next year? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Oh, your mom made you do it? Okay, well.
Okay.
Good job. Thanks, guys.
Jackson, look here. Smile. Big smile. Pretty mom. Come on.
Thanks, guys. Good job.
Get to that.
Thank you very much to all the participants, even the ones that did not come this evening or didn't place overall. Just the fact that they were involved and participated in that contest, it's really neat. It's fun to go out and listen and work with the kids and to hear what they write, even at a first grade level, is pretty amazing sometimes. So, Vice Mayor McCarron, thank you for helping me that day. I was,
Great joy.
yeah, it was. I was
You just
fortunate.
a lot of folks just don't realize how much fun it really is to, they come up there. Next year, I'm going to suggest, however, though, that Jan rename the event Thumping the Fifth Graders. We'll see if we can't get something done there. But, they really did a great job, and we had 106, I believe, was how many came, and they all stood up and they read their own essay. And, I think at that age, that's probably a pretty tough thing to do in front of you and 100 of your closest friends sitting around in the audience. So, yeah, it really is a blessing and one of the great things that says what a wonderful community we have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. And Jan and everyone that helps put that on, thank you very much for helping to organize that. So, next order of business will be the visitors section. This is an opportunity for people that would like to visit with the council about a non-agenda item. Typically, we ask that you fill out a form. Mr. Rick Caccini, he is here this evening and asked to address the council. If you would come forward, state your name, your business, and your address.
I'm Rick Caccini, 1140 Landmark Drive in Yukon, Oklahoma. I'm currently the founder and curator of the Veterans Museum, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you all at this time. The City Council and staff have done wonders for its citizens. I am here to present just a token for the support all of you have given us, the residents, City Council, the City Manager, staff, for the great support you have extended to all the veterans of this community. So at this time, I'd like to award the city just a token. Would you like to come down? Presented to the city council members and city manager in recognition of veterans' support towards the veterans of our community in helping sustain the Veteran Museum of Yukon so that it may be a pillar of our community and carry the American tradition of our history to the future. Our deepest thanks from all veterans.
Rick, thank you so much. And I know that you've worked and slaved and you ran into brick walls and it didn't matter. You went over them and through them and everything to make this happen. And it is quite an honor to have this. And thank you for your persistence. We really appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. And ladies.
The next item is to consider approving an agreement to contract for legal services with Gary Miller for employment as the city attorney at a fee of $6,000 per month. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Russell. Yes.
At this time, if Judge Ramey and Gary Miller.
I, and state your name,
I, Gary Miller,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States,
and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oklahoma,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oklahoma,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
that I will faithfully discharge,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
or employment
or employment
during such time as I am city attorney
during
for the city of Yukon, Oklahoma.
for the city of Yukon, Oklahoma. Thank you, sir.
Talk into the mic.
Oh, okay. Only thing I'd like to say is, Mr. Mayor, City Councilman, Mr. Manager, I thank you for your confidence, and I will work very hard for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we'll recess as the Yukon City Council. At this time, we'll recess as the Yukon City Council and reconvene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. The first item is item 1A. That's the YMA consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the Yukon Municipal Authority by unanimous consent can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of January the 3rd, 2017. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarron.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes. At this time, we will adjourn as YMA and we will reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item number 2 is the consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the City Council by unanimous consent can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of January the 3rd, 2017, B, the payment of material claims in the amount of $315,397.25, and C, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for February the 7th, 2017, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street in Yukon, Oklahoma. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
The next item is 3, and that's the reports of boards, commissions, and city officials. And this evening, I believe Joe Edwards and the Yukon Park Board are part of those people are here this evening. If you would come forward, our Chairman Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to thank the City Council, City Manager for having us here tonight. Let me just say, my name is Joe Edwards, and represent Ward 1. I'm the Chairman of the City Park Board. It's been my pleasure to serve the city in this small way for several years. I've always enjoyed this. I've got some of my fellow Park Board members with us. Tonight we have Joe Bauman representing Ward 4. Please stand. And we have Lee Clark, who's our at-large representative. Our Ward 3 representative, Kathy Wright, couldn't be here tonight, and as of now, Ward 2 is vacant, so we breathlessly await your appointment so we can have one more person in there. That would be great. A little bit about the Park Board and what our functions are. We are volunteers who are appointed and approved by you, the City Council. We meet monthly, the third Wednesday of every month, and we review contracts of people trying to use our facilities, sports organizations that want to use our fields and facilities. We have open discussions to anybody who's willing to come about the parks, the status of the parks, anything going on with any of the park buildings or equipment. Those are just kind of some of the things we do. We do get feedback, and we try to pass that on whenever we can if we feel it's appropriate. We do, when we go through the contracts of the sports organizations, we review the contracts, and we do review their financials just to make sure everything's in order. We're not accountants, but we do make sure everything is dotted and crossed before it gets sent on to the City Council for approval. So we kind of oversee that. That's just kind of in a nutshell what we do. What we represent is an organization led by Jan Scott, our director. She was actually I'm glad to say, our City Employee of the Year, and her staff. They do an awesome job. You'll see them at all the events, all the facilities. We have 11 parks. It's 223 acres, not including the new purchase west of town. There's 3 major facilities: the community center, the Jackie Cooper Gym, and the Dale Robertson Center. There's always something going on. Throughout the year, we have 23 special events, starting with the Diaper Dash in January and culminating with Christmas in the Park at the end of the year, which of course has Christmas in the Park, the Mayor's Christmas Party, and of course the Sounds of the Season, which was just awesome this year. Some of the bigger events we have, of course, the 4th of July, the Chisholm Trail Festival, Festival of the Child. Many of these have been awarded throughout the years. Some of the things that have come up recently, Frontier Country has awarded Yukon for 20 years a milestone award for Christmas in the Park. It doesn't seem like it's been 20 years. It seems like it's new every year to me. They also awarded a milestone award for Festival of the Child. As with all the other city departments, funding was an issue last year, so there weren't really any capital projects. But within the budget and the manpower, as it got shifted around, the Parks Department was able to maintain and upgrade several facilities, things that really needed to be done. We had 2 big volunteer events. The big event in which the OU students come out in the spring, and of course the Patriot Project that we pair with Southwest Covenants that come out, and they had over 800 students, teachers, and parents come out and work in the 3 Parks complex. It's how we maintain the looks and how friendly and inviting these facilities are. So really, that's kind of what we have in a nutshell. We do have some things coming up on the future, I'm sure, that will be discussed as far as our property west of town. Hopefully we can get some people behind getting that thing rolling. And it's really all I have for you guys tonight. Just thank you for allowing me to do this, and thank you for letting me to speak tonight.
Thank you, Joe. Any questions?
Just a comment. I appreciate the job that you guys do, Joe. I don't have to go very far and talk to very many folks where I almost immediately get a comment about what a great town Yukon is and what a good, park system we have, and how many events and things that are always constantly going on here, and that speaks well to you guys, and the fact that you're up there, taking a whack at everything every day and making sure it's going well. And I'm very proud of the entire group, and of course especially Joe back there hiding in the back. He's my guy down there for the group, but you guys do a fine job.
Well, thanks a lot. One thing I forgot is all the activities that the park department oversees. This is the winter and spring catalog. This is just winter and spring. There's 80 different activities for youth, adults, and senior citizens just that we oversee in the winter and spring, not including summer and fall. So it's just another good example of what a great job that the Parks Department's doing, providing these type of recreational activities for our citizens, and how they serve our citizens as well. So
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much.
thanks.
Next item of business, item 4, and that's consider approving a material recovery agreement with Unique Management Services, Inc. for the collection of past due library accounts in excess of $50 at a fee of $8.95 per submission as recommended by the librarian. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Discussion? Do you mind if we could have our librarian come forward and just, my question was, how did we get behind $50 on a book? And I asked that before the meeting, and you were kind enough to share, but I think that it's important that the community understands that the library involves a whole lot more than books nowadays. So just share the information you shared with me so everyone's clear on why we're asking.
Sure. We allow multiple checkouts on people's card at a time. Right now it's 50, but we moved with library board to reduce it. We're going to limit it to 25 checkouts per card. So when people come in, if they check out say 25 DVDs at $20 a DVD, it's very easy for them to accumulate a large bill. And most people overall check out their materials and check them back in a timely manner. But some people have decided that that needs to be part of their collection, so they come and check them out and we don't hear from them again. And the only thing that we have available to us is to freeze use of their card, either to check out more materials or using our public access computers. And like I said, we send out overdue notices in the mail. We call these people. Our library software emails them if they have an email address. So we really do try to get our materials back. But some people just aren't very interested in. The company that we're using does libraries only, and it allows us to get our materials back, as opposed to them collecting money for them. What I really want is for people just to bring our stuff back so that the rest of the community can use what we have. We try to have a wide arrangement, collection of materials for all ages, movies, learning kits. We've started purchasing these small tablets that check out for the youngsters. Those are anywhere from $99 to $159. So when someone decides to take one and keep it for their own personal collection, that hurts our budget. We just can't go and replace it. Okay. So we really want to try the best that we can to get our items back.
So you've had a situation where someone didn't return a tablet?
Mm-hmm.
And then also you were telling me about a brand new insect collection. The first time you checked it out, they didn't bring it back?
We have learning kits that, you just don't go to Kits R Us and buy the learning kit. Our staff takes the time to select the books, select the puzzles, the games, the music, all of these things, and we put them together so that people can take them home for their preschoolers or elementary school age kids and have a whole basically curriculum of things that they can learn about. And I guess kind of the straw that broke the camel's back was our insect kit that had those neat, insects all in the clear little ice cube looking things. It was just a really neat kit, and a customer of ours checked it out for the first time and never returned it. So one person, all of that time, money, and effort went into it, and one person took it and didn't return it. So we feel we have to have something a little more forceful than us.
Well, and it's important that we remember that there's more than books at the library now. Thank you for that great service. But
there is. I guess that's one of the benefits of all of our electronic materials is they automatically return themselves. So we don't ever lose those.
Thank you. Any questions? Questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Call the roll, please.
Alberts.
Yes.
McCarran.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Next item is 5, and that's consider awarding the contract to Emergency Storm Debris Removal to Shawnee Mission Tree Service, Inc., DBA Arbor Masters Tree Service in the amount of $168,800 as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
McCarran.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes. Next item is 6, and that's consider awarding the contract to the Ranchwood Park Restroom to Terra Construction, Inc. in the amount of $169,000 as accepted by the board. Acceptance of the board as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion, please? And acceptance of the bonds. There we go. Should I read that again? Item 6, consider awarding the contract for the Ranchwood Park Restroom to Terra Construction, Inc. in the amount of $169,000 and acceptance of the bonds as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarran.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Next item is new business. Any new business, sir?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council discussion. Councilman McCarran.
Well, I've already made a note earlier about the essay contest being a great activity. And of course, I got a little note in my email about the diaper drive where we collect diapers every year and take those in. And there are so many things that go into making a small community the wonderful place that it is. And I look with great pride almost every single day with the two young gentlemen that were here for our essay contest. Miss Powell came up today to bring us our prayer to start us off. Mr. Caccini, who comes and put in a Veterans Museum for us. Just, you know, we live in a great place and a great time. And so I'd just like to acknowledge those things, and particularly at a time when a lot of communities are struggling badly. You know, we're speaking tonight that, you know, we've been very fortunate that we've not taken a big hit like some of the other communities have as far as being able to maintain all of our facilities. And so, once again, Yukon's a great place to live.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Russell.
Well, first, I'd like to thank the essay winners for and give them applaud for all that they've done. That was a pretty neat thing to think that they beat the fifth graders, huh? Also, I'd like to thank Rick for his persistence, Mr. Cassini. Without his persistence, we wouldn't have a home for all the VA items that he's acquired over the years. Also, Joe Edwards, I would like to thank you for your efforts that you put out. You do a really good job, and a lot of time goes into it. Just thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank you.
Councilwoman Smeisterle.
Yes, I'd like to welcome Gary Miller. We appreciate you coming in. Also, I've had to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment every other day, and on I-40, I've noticed, you know, there's a lot of crazy people out there. But there's some nice ones, and for some reason, if I'm in the middle area and going 60, which is, you know, what you're supposed to, then they stay behind me. So I don't know if they've heard me being a bad person. But anyway, I was impressed that they were really just doing what they're supposed to. That's important to me. Another thing that's important is be kind to your neighbors, be kind to your family, be kind to people you don't know, because it just comes back. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
And I just welcome Gary Miller.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Again, also to the essay contestants, we've said that. I do want to, there was a financial report. We have a planning session before our meetings, which is open to the public. Anyone can attend. But there was a financial report this evening. That information is available at the City Hall if people would like to have a copy of the report. But it's nice to see that our budget is doing quite well. As part of the report, unfortunately heard that there were people in other communities that had been laid off, impacted even more than we are here in our community. But we're down about, is that right, 4%, Jim, is that right?
Right.
About 4% on our sales tax. And for the state of Oklahoma, that's amazing. And when we hear what's going on at the state capitol and the different struggles. So we have made it through last year. We have come in with a new budget. We're on budget. We are strong, and we are improving. We have money back in our pest accounts. The balances are quite nice. We drew some money out of that went into the budget as part of the budget for this year. And even after those monies have been taken out as part of the annual budget, we still have hundreds of thousands of dollars to where when we began this year, we had $3,000. Each one of them have looks like the minimum of $193,000. That's in the fire. The police have $346,000, and then the general has $269,000. So I'm happy to report that as we start this new year, that we are financially in a really good position. And a lot of thanks go to Mr. Crosby and all the people that worked so hard over the last several months to correct the ship and to get us back on path. I think that the path that we're on is excellent, and I think, as Mr. McCarron suggests, there's a lot going on in this community. A little bit of it has to do with this budget, but a lot more of it has to do with the people that live here and work in this community. I am grateful for the people that work for the city, but I'm equally as grateful for the people that live here in this community. I think it's a great place to live. If Rick Opertz were here right now, he'd give us a big holler. But I thank you, and thank you for your hard work. So with nothing else before the council, we stand adjourned.